Get ready for this awesome battle between Gabriella Hongyang and Armin Norzalan. Can he maintain his championship lead, or has Gabriella got something to say about that?
Well, the only thing I can really guarantee for you is that there's never a dull moment here at the SKC, and we look to see some pretty competitive stuff. You'll see the karts are still quite cold and the tires are still quite cold, so they're sliding a little bit, and as the tires start to warm up, you'll see the traction start to improve, and of course the times drop.
Yeah, so they're weaving around in and out there to warm up the tires, right?
That's right, they do everything they can to try and get some heat into the tires. Really the most important thing is just to try and get a good pace. As you see Yo Hongyang going very sideways there, going into that puddle of water, and the rest go sliding through in turn 6.
He's ready to race already.
Santosh in the tire walls there, he's trying to get his kart back on track. He's smart enough to know he needs to get that kart back on the track. And well, the main thing obviously being that they're now on their formation lap, and as long as the drivers can get back in formation before that red line, before that Motul barrier there, they can start wherever they're supposed to. But if they don't, then they start in whatever position they get back into formation in, which may mean bad things for Santosh.
And it looks like he just came through the stadium there. I noticed that helmet design. It looks like he's wearing a Lewis Hamilton helmet design there. Hopefully that's going to give him some magic powers today.
As the rest of the field look like they're in pretty good order, Manon's got to try and pull up to the back marker there. As they look like they're okay, let's hope the starters give them the green signal.
And Gabriella's got a good turn out of the last corner. They're going down the straight, but they have delayed the start. They're just waiting to do another formation lap. Hopefully Santosh can get up to the back of the field as soon as possible. But that was a good start by both drivers there.
That's right. Well, we look forward to seeing the proper start again. Hopefully they'll be able to mirror that performance. As the yellow flags go up, they've got an extra formation lap. Santosh will be happy with that, though. He can rejoin the field in his proper position. As they come down the back straight there, they look like they're looking pretty good. And the tricky thing to watch will be those two puddles of water, one in turn 6 and one in turn 7, just after that pit lane entrance. There's still some standing water there. They want to be very careful through those sectors.
All right, they're in nice, tidy formation here. It looks like we're going to have a start. If they can make it out of the last corner. Hongyang there, sneaking on the inside. He doesn't want Gabriella to get too far, but Armin was right up behind. It's going to be a three-way fight, four-way fight going into the first corner, but Gabrielle maintains the lead with Hongyang maintaining second position. There's a fight for third against Armin and Ethan, but Armin looks like he's going to win out on that. No, Ethan dives on the inside of Armin, the championship leader, to take third position.
Unfortunately, Manon had a bit of an incident and a bit of a bump at this race start, so she will start back on the grid now and try and get back into that race. Ethan did exceptionally well to hold his own against Armin, and he's still in third right now. Very good for someone who's not even turned 12 yet.
Exactly, and Armin there, he's putting up a good fight for fourth. It looks like he's got a faster kart, but Ethan's making that kart extra wide as Armin goes on the inside and makes it stick, taking third position from Ethan. Good fight by Ethan. He's going to look on the inside and try and take it back from Armin. It doesn't stick. Gabriella's pulling out quite a gap from Hongyang. And let's see if Armin can pick up the pace a bit and get onto the back of Hongyang and challenge for second position. As they come into the stadium complex, Gabriella's pushing very hard, but Hongyang's not far behind. But watch out for Armin closing the gap. It's a 20-lap race for the final here. It's a long one. They've got to just time their positions right.
That's right, Ben. It's 20 laps, so it is quite long. They want to calm themselves down and make sure they clock consistent times. Consistency is very key. You can clock quick laps, but you want to make sure you're doing that regularly. Right now, Gabriella Teo on a 35.945, and Armin's clocked a 35.694. But she's doing well to head up the field, and she's looking pretty stable. You can almost track where her head is looking. You can see that she's always looking a couple of corners ahead, which is a great sign for a driver. That means she's watching where she's going, and she's making sure that she stays on line. Meanwhile, Armin's doing everything he can to close that gap, and Yo Hongyang is not far behind, so she's got her work cut out for her to try and make sure she holds them off.
Yeah, it looks like Hong Yang's losing a bit of pace there. Armin is fast. He's clocking in the mid-35s. He's actually got the fastest lap so far, but he's still 1.5 seconds behind Gabriella as they come into the stadium complex.
And Ethan is still doing very, very well in 4th position, currently holding off Santosh. And he's doing well to drive a good defensive line as well.
It's interesting to see. I was just having a look at the aerial view of these kids going through the stadium chicane complex. They're actually turning a lot more. Usually you can take quite a straight line through this complex bit here, but is it just inexperience or young?
I think it's possibly due to that little strip of water there that's right in front of the pit lane entrance. I think as the cars go through that, they tend to slide a little bit more. It just loses that fraction of a second of traction, and then it comes back as they slide through. So that's probably what's causing the bit of excessive slide there.
And Armin is right up the rear end of Hong Yang here. He's foxing him left and right. Am I going to duck on the outside? Am I going to duck on the inside? Hong Yang's not looking back. He doesn't know how close Armin is. Armin's going to try and go on the inside of turn 2.
It looks like Armin's car has got quite a bit of pace on it on the straights, and he's catching a lot of speed out of those corners. And Yo Hong Yang's going to have to really fight to try and hold him off.
And this is, that's right, I remember in the pre-finals, Armin is one of only 2 drivers that tries to pass on the outside of the back chicane, the most narrow part of the track. This guy has a lot of courage, he's got a lot of guts. If he can maintain this gap around turn 8, he'll have a slipstream coming down pit straight to pass Hong Yang on the inside, and they collide. Hong Yang closed the door too early on Armin, and it's taken Armin out of the contention for a podium position. Armin was trying on the inside, but unfortunately Hong Yang just closed the door a little bit too early.
It did look like Yo Hong Yang knew that Armin was there, but it'll be interesting to see what the video feed shows as he tried to go on the inside, as you rightly said, and had a bit of a collision. Very unfortunate. There's still plenty of laps in this race though, so I wouldn't write any of the drivers off. 19 laps to go. Meanwhile, Gabriella continues to chip away at her lead.
And that's, of course, bumped Ethan up into 3rd position again, who's getting challenged by Santos Balakrishnan on the inside of turn 1. Nice move there by Ethan, closing the door very, very early. That could have ended in tears, but a good drive by the not even 12-year-old boy yet. He's racing, don't forget he's racing against drivers a lot older than him. He's up into 3rd position. This will be his best finish in this class this season.
Interestingly, I'm watching Yo Hong Yang go up on turn 6, and he's going very, very high on that curb and hitting that puddle of water. I wonder if that's affecting the traction of his tires much. Armin doing everything he can to try and get past the next 2 drivers, Ethan and Santosh.
He's ducking and diving, having a look there. He's less than half a second behind Ethan in 3rd place, so it's not over for Armin yet as he ducks and dives around the back straight coming into the chicane. This guy is the only driver who tries to pass at the rear chicane. It's so narrow there. Good on him.
You got to have a lot of confidence, and Gabriella doing well to hold up the field. Here comes Armin to try and go on the outside on turn 6. He'll have to back off and settle for turn 1 to try and overtake.
We've still got 10 laps to go. Just take it easy, Armin. You've got plenty of time to do it. Just pick your space right as they go 3 abreast, 2 abreast into turn 1. Ethan, he's got a lot of work to do here, keeping these 2 guys behind, but Armin's just waiting for Ethan and Hong Yang to make a mistake here. And look, he's going for it again at the back chicane, the tightest position on the track. He goes wide and tries to overtake these guys. Unbelievable.
That takes a lot of courage and determination, and he's doing very well. And you watch him in turn 6 as well. He holds his line.
We haven't seen this before on the outside coming into the stadium complex. On the inside of the stadium complex, there's nearly a hit there from Ethan. Santosh.
I'm shaking as I watch Santos come within half an inch of Ethan there as they go to turn 1 and they bump.
Oh, there we go, and that's let Armin through into 3rd position. Ethan closed the door on Santos a little bit hard there, taking them both out, leaving Armin to come in and take 3rd position. Exciting stuff, fantastic.
Meanwhile, not to take the glory away from Gabriella Teo, kart number 25 in her Auto Inc. McElroy Racing kart. She's clocked at 35.122 fastest in this session so far, and our female racer right up in the lead there.
So here we go, Armin finally got 3rd position from a mistake by Ethan and Santosh. Unfortunate coming together. Now Armin's got 10 laps to put the pedal to the metal and try and catch Hong Yang, who seems to be slowing down a bit. His lap times are getting slower and slower. He had a back marker to contend with. As Gabriella dominating again in the dry, not only in the wet, she's a master in the dry. She's 6 seconds ahead of second place sitter Hong Yang.